The Gospel of Gold by G.S. Lewis. "You've dealt with us before, whether you knew it or not," Proton said, in a voice that I think was meant to sound soothing. "I know you met my associate in Violet City, the one who traded you your onyx for a piddling trifle. Let that serve as a token of good faith now. Here is what I offer." Proton opened his bundle, and my eyes were adjusted well enough to see that it was a Team Rocket outfit, the one I'm wearing now. On it sat a red container with a corked top. "If you take this, then you take the whole armload," said Proton, slowly and carefully so that I was sure not to miss anything. "On top is what is called a secret potion. It is a special mixture of rare candy and max revive, and will return any Pokemon to health, even from the verge of death. That Pokemon will also be far stronger than it was before. I warn you though, this might also kill an already healthy Pokemon by overdose. Don't abuse it." I never expected a Team Rocket member to speak up for the sake of a Pokemon's well-being, but I had no time to be surprised, for Proton wasn't finished. "This, on the bottom, is your uniform now," he said, offering me his load, "starting after your victory over Azalea Gym." At that, I shied away from the thing like it was a smallpox blanket. Proton seemed unconcerned. "And ending when you reach Goldenrod Underground." That condition bewildered me more than anything else. Proton wasn't forcing me into Team Rocket after all, but he did want me to dress the part. I don't remember asking him why, but I must have, because he answered me. "That's no concern of yours yet," he said, his arm still outstretched, bearing the medicine in the bundle. "All you need to know is that this offer is final and non-negotiable. Take it, and I will hold you to your end of the deal. Leave it, and it's off the table forever." At that, he smirked. "As is any hope of your league conquest." Jinichi paused and drank from his mug. Gold took the momentary silence to consider the devilish-sounding deal his friend had accepted, and its potential ramifications. With a twist of his stomach, he contemplated a new, dreadful thought. What if it isn't merely Jinichi being engaged by the Rockets? What if they're targeting other struggling trainers as well? Todd, Ivan, and Elliot never got far enough for me to tell, but Marina... Gold caught her eye. "Marina?" he asked. "In the past few days, have you been approached by anyone that you think might have been a Team Rocket recruiting agent?" Marina stared into the fire for a few seconds, pondering, but shook her head at last. "No, but I was never at a disadvantage like Jinichi was. At least, not to the point that the need for aid was overwhelming." She turned her attention to Jinichi. "They've got you in a bad way, Junie," she said with some pity. "You can't go into Goldenrod dressed like that. Not in broad daylight, anyway." Her eyes brightened. "Let's go now," she proposed, standing up. "I'm pretty tired after today's walk, but after eating, I can manage another march. It's one of the major reasons I qualified for this journey, you know." Jinichi gloomily waved her down with his hand. "I can't tell you how happy I am to hear you offer," he said, smiling weakly. "But I've been to Goldenrod with my parents before, and it's called the Brilliant Bustling City for a reason. That place is the most populous in Johto, and it doesn't sleep. I'll be seen by crowds of people no matter what. I think that's what Proton wanted all along." Marina slumped her shoulders, but her face was angry. "That's so mean of him!" she cried, practically seething. "Why would he want Jinichi to be seen by everybody as a Team Rocket member if he isn't? Is it fun for him to watch?" I don't think fun has anything to do with it, said Gold quietly. I think Team Rocket is sneakily inducting Jinichi into their ranks. Both of his companions gave him looks of horror. Gold felt his own heart beating anxiously as he explained his theory. I hope I'm wrong, but think about it. They see somebody with a need, provide some underhanded help, and as they make their target slowly more dependent, they raise the stakes. Jinichi's not one of them now, but after everyone sees him and concludes that he's joined, who will be left for him to turn to? Gold gave Jinichi a contemplative look, rolling his walking stick between his hands. They asked for basically nothing the first time, but this time they stuck you in that outfit. What if there's a next time? What if they withhold the next thing you need until you get back into that uniform and commit an actual crime? I know! Yelled Jinichi, interrupting him. Distress was plastered on his face, his eyes wild. I get it, okay? You don't have to spell it out for me! Everybody, settle down, said Marina in a loud voice, putting up her hands. Gold was half tempted to tell her that he was calm already, but he held his tongue. Jinichi relaxed a little, then let himself fall backward with his back on the ground. He raked his fingers through his hair, uttering a low moan. I'm sorry, he said in a thick voice through clenched teeth. I'm just scared. No, screw that. I'm freaking out. What will my mom and dad think? I can't let them know about this, but how can I keep them from finding out? At his words, Gold found himself thinking, for the first time in a long time, of his own father. According to him, the Johto Journey was a rite of passage into adulthood, with the focus on becoming independent. But under all the mounting pressure, Jinichi was regressing, getting steadily more dependent on Team Rocket. I wonder how Dad is doing, he thought, before abruptly cutting off the thought. Jinichi's situation came first. Let's face one thing at a time, he said, bringing attention back to himself. We need to get Jinichi safely to this Goldenrod Underground so that he can be rid of his Team Rocket affiliation. I don't know what they would try doing to him if he attempted to cheat the deal, but let's not give them any excuse to act. First thing tomorrow, as soon as we enter city limits, we'll march straight for it. Jinichi gave him a look like he was crazy. What's this we stuff? He asked. Are you listening to yourself? Why do you want to be seen with me like this? He looked at Marina. Help me out, Marina! You know that I only split off from you to avoid ruining your reputation along with my own. Yeah, and I'm still mad about it, Marina retorted. Friends stick together, Junie. Her expression softened. I know what this must look like. Gold and Marina ganging up on you. But please, accept that we're with you, not against you. The swarms of Ilex Forest were against you, and maybe the mobs in Goldenrod will be too. This time, let's share the burden. Please. She's remarkable, thought Gold, looking at Marina as she held open her arms. His heart gave an unusual flutter. Jinichi began to cry. It began as a strangled sob, and then the floodgates burst. He fell into Marina's arms, and she patted his head soothingly, beckoning to Gold. All three of them joined in an embrace by the fire, and it was a long while before they let go again. You guys are good friends, Jinichi choked, wiping his face with the back of his sleeve. Better than I deserve. Gold smiled. Pokemon made fine companions, but there were some gaps that only people could fill.